Don't miss in 26. Check out the highlights for New Comic Book Day February 11th, 2026. Absolute Wonder Woman gets an annual. Black Label brings us new Sirens of Gotham with Love Hurts. And Vertigo Comics releases a new #1 called Bleeding Hearts. Mark Spector Moon Knight is back with a new #1. Witness the fall of Ultraman in a new mini. And Cyclops comes up in a new series all his own. Enjoy a new dark thriller premiere, based on H.P. Lovecraft called The Thing on the Doorstep. Witchblade gets an annual. Die Reloaded, Free Planet, and Transformers continue. A new tale from the world of Hellboy begins in Crown. A Tale of Hell. From Hello Darkness, comes a special called Good Bones and Other Sordid Tales. Star Trek Lower Decks drops issue 16. Get what you want, and more, at iwantmorecomics.com.
Richie, professional as always.
We are back at it, man.
What does it mean?
It means that we are going to be doing the Hype Show. Today we are talking about all the comics that are available right now. If you're listening to this and you're watching along, guess what? You can purchase these comics. They're available right on our website. You can go ahead and get them in your cart or in your hold slot through our portal system if you are a hold slot member. And you can make sure that you have these items before tomorrow, before we even crack open those doors. So follow along with us, Keith, if you want to show them how we get here.
It's a website, Richie. It's not
That's
that
right.
big of a deal. You just come and you do you do the address, the iwantmorecomics.com, and then you go
Makes sense.
Shoppy.
Click the shop button.
Release
Okay.
the-
Oh, it's even the first one.
Of course.
Look at that.
It's the most popular part of the website. So we gotta give it the top billing, right?
That is right.
Tuesday is
there-
definitely the time we get the most amount of orders, and for good reason, because nobody likes missing out.
That is right. And there's a lot to miss out on today. Goodness gracious, there is a bunch of stuff we got to go through. I don't know if we'll have time to do it all, but I will do my absolute best.
Do you remember the Micro Machine guy?
A Micro Machine guy? I don't remember that. No.
So way back when there was Micro Machines, they were little small, little tiny cars.
I
and
do
all those
remember those, yes.
the commercial guy spoke super fast. They called him the Micro
Oh,
Machine guy.
I didn't know that.
So all
Like
you
for
gotta
the
do is work on
commercial?
that skill, and we're good. So
I do not have that skill. So, in fact, if anything, I babble way too much. But let's get into it. We will start with our mandatory Absolute Universe beginning. It's right there front in the center. Big reprints for Absolute Batman dropping the very first appearance of our Absolute Joker with a new logo. Has a lot of awesome variants. Basically, pick and choose your favorites, as well as the finale of the Absolute Bane series. If you didn't know, Jock did the interiors for the Absolute Joker issue, which is really cool. So if you missed out or need to continue your collection, those are now available. Pick it up.
foil editions. Am I right that Gabriel Delato is new to the printing? Like
I would agree. Yes, that is
that
a
was
new
not
printing.
available before. So, Lord, okay.
Yeah, new art on Absolute Batman is a huge thing. So don't miss out.
You've also
Moving
got
into Absolute Wonder Woman, she is getting an annual by Kelly Thompson and Matt DeLewis. So check that out. Excellent. If you were on Absolute Wonder Woman for hold slots, you already got it. It's in your hold slot.
covered.
And I think that's all I have for Absolute. So we will move into #1s, and we have #1s jumping up all over the place. Let me see if I can do some semblance to make this a little easier. Not really. Let's start with, let's go over to Ignition Press. They have a new #1 called Just Brutal. This is a savage family of actual monsters, and it's kind of like a sitcom, your 3-camera shot sitcom, but everybody is either monsters or monster hunters. Seems to be like a really fun comic with antics and brutality. So if you're into that, I think this is going to be a fun one.
Hopeless, Dennis Hopeless has done a lot of great things over the years. What did they bill him out for that everybody's going to remember? Heart Eyes, and did that run on Spider Woman where she was pregnant and had a baby, right?
Yes, yes. Dracula had a big problem with
Yeah, like let's get over it. But that's available there. I know some people, especially the local community, are going to care about the Jorge Corona variant there.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up. Trying to get some semblance. Let's jump into Image Comics with a pretty big one that had a little buzz beforehand. It is a kind of Cthulhu-esque style of insane asylum storytelling called The Thing on the Doorstep. It's going to start eerie and just twist into nightmarish, dark, encapsulating storytelling. I think if you're a fan of H.P. Lovecraft and that kind of sordid tales of nasty, this is a must-buy.
Cy Burks, Willie Robertson, which, by the way, that's cover artist as interior there. So that's the same there. It's Top Cow, so I also think that it always skews a little bit towards a art style, like Silvestri's imprint and all this. He has people that he works with that really like it, which, give you a really high quality delivery there. So we've got that there. Jeremy, hello. Digital Overload, welcome.
Hello.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Feel free to chime in and help pepper the show with good information.
Next up, I have Mad Cave Studios.
How mad?
Just crazy mad.
Guy looks mad, doesn't he?
Yeah, this is Barbarian Behind Bars. This is a weird world where a barbarian shows up in the streets, but then is like murders a giant deity, and everyone's like, that's cool, but that's also murder. So we're gonna have to try you, and he has to go through the court systems of the modern era. It seems like a fun jaunt through barbarianism and court and the court of law. So I think it is going to be fun for people that are into that stuff. If you are, make sure to grab it up. It is an independent, so there's probably not a ton of them hitting our floor.
The Raza variant here, pretty stylish.
The last one I have that's another independent comes from Boom Entertainment. It's called Center Holds #1. It is by the great Larry Hama. We are doing a world where superheroes are just commonplace. It's stuff that you exist in, and they're required to join a union or face a financial liability for any damage caused during battles. So it's kind of like the real world superhero stuff, looking at more of like the insurance-based concept of that world. I think it'll be fun. Larry Hama's got a insane sense of humor. I think you should pick one up.
I think this is some of the last work of Doc Mark D. Bright. I think he passed away as this was going on here. Yeah, it does say marking the final work for Doc here and all this. So a little bit of a sad note there. Doc Bright, you may not have heard a ton of, but I guarantee you've read over 100 comics that he's worked on. He was a massive artist in the 80s and 90s, doing just tons of stuff out there that you would have enjoyed.
Rest in power, sir. Moving on to Dark Horse Comics. For my Hellboy fans, there is a new miniseries, a 2-issue, Crown, A Tale of Hell. So we have Mike Mignola at the helm again with Todd Mignola. And just a quick story, 2-shot story of our big boy in red.
Yep. Main Hellboy universe here.
Yeah. I believe we're already sold out of the Mignola variant.
We are.
So if that was something you wanted, you should have listened to past Richie and Keith. They're very smart, those guys. They really try to get you ahead of the game.
It was cool. Other people believed us.
Next up, we have a bunch of, I think what I'm going to do is I will take us to we'll go to Marvel, and then we'll go into Valentine's Day stuff.
Okay.
So let's go to Marvel. Let's talk about some of the cool Marvel stuff. We'll start with our one-eyed boy, Cyclops.
Psych.
He has a new #1 in a series, Cyclops Unleashed. Alex Paknadel in the writing. I'm always down for a good Cyclops run. So I think he's just like a fountain for creativity, and I think that anybody that gets him, and because for reasons unknown to me, he's kind of under the radar, I think writers get away with a little bit more on him. So there's some big room to grow here and high potential for a really great read.
Plenty of variant options on that because I really appreciate both the Clayton Crane and the Hapchi variants that show off very different costumes. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Of his different eras and all this 90s and even all the way back to X Factor days. So,
agreed. From there, we're going to go to the Fall of Ultraman. This has been Matt Groom and Kyle Higgins' baby from the start. They've been doing miniseries, The Rise of. This is all culminating to the Fall of Ultraman, which I think will be phenomenal. If you haven't read the other ones, I think that it would be worth it to go find some trades and try to get some of those. But those have been following along. I know this is pretty highly anticipated, and we are finally here.
I'm completely lost about finding it on the screen here. So, bear with
right there. You're on it.
Oh, it's just one book. That's why.
Yep, just click it.
I'm looking right past it. I'm expecting like a whole.
You're like, where's your variants? Yeah, it's just the one.
They may be gone. They may have already exited stage left. So
there you are.
But Kyle Higgins doing, like these kind of characters, it seems really strange.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah,
it's just like such a stretch. So
I know it's really hard to figure out how that happened.
Yeah, crazy.
Speaking of returns, Mark Spector Moon Knight is also getting a new #1. Jed MacKay, who has been absolutely dominating the Moon Knight lore, is continuing his run with a new 2026 release. It is going to be good. I don't know what to tell you. It's been fire for quite a long time at this point. The covers on them as well have great selection. I think you just pick and choose and enjoy a great comic series. Then we move over to Star Wars, which has a new #1 featuring none other than Jar Jar Binks. A lot of people kind of speculate what Jar Jar's lineage of his story goes and where it takes him. This is going to be a true canon story to tell you where exactly he has been and what pivotal roles he plays with the Rebel Alliance. Keith and I talked about this early. We think that the highlight is the cover featuring, I think it's Dave Watcher on the cover, featuring the two characters that the actor played, Jar Jar and Jedi Knight. I can't remember his name, unfortunately, from the Grogu series.
I would see if it was in here and all this. Keller and Beck.
There you go. Thank you.
Keller and Beck.
So I would pick that one up if you're a Star Wars fan for sure. I think it's unique and has that special something with both the characters on there.
Yep.
Finally, we move on to Wade Wilson. Deadpool is back from Undeadpool and his run. And things are going to get crazy. Benjamin Percy, Jeff Shaw, this is a really good team. And I think they're just going to go crazy. I mean, it's Deadpool. There is no limit. So if you're even slightly interested, you should jump in. There are amazing covers all around. Pick your favorite and good luck.
Yeah. This might be the toughest choice of the week.
Yeah.
You go polar opposites here between, say, Scotty Young and Adi Granov.
Right? Yeah.
Nakayama and Clayton Crane are killing it. Vincetti is not a slouch. And the ratio variants are big deal ones too. I'm expecting a story here that's a little bit of a balance between the humor and the violence.
Yeah.
Based upon it being, Percy, kind of giving it
That's
the all.
exactly what I was thinking too. I think it's going to be a lot more violence. I think they're going to lean into that without losing the humor, which I think will be good.
Yeah.
That is only the second, I think, hardest choice. We will talk about the hardest choice, which is not a number one, but since we're at Marvel, we might as well go back up and talk about it. Black Cat number 7 drops today. And starting with the A cover, there are just ridiculous books all around. But I do believe that the A cover is going to be something special. Adam Hughes has done this, I don't know, about 1,000,000 times, where he'll create a cover and then 30 years down the road, we're just continually talking about that cover. This is just going to fit in that library. If there's going to be iconic pieces that we talk about in his legacy, I think we're looking at a modern version of one of those with this issue. I don't think you're going to want to miss it if you're a collector of either, or just want a piece of really cool iconography. I can't say that word. I think this is the right purchase. But that said, every one of the variants is also fighting for their life on taking your eyes off of it.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough choice out there.
Yeah.
Pick what you want in all this. Every one of them has good options
Even
to it.
the Kara Andrews, who can be kind of polarizing, I think he nails it out of the park with his issue. So it's a tough one, gang. We will jump over to DC and talk about 2 more things before we jump into, I guess it kind of leans into more of Valentine's Day, but let's talk about DC and DC KO number 4. Just an absolute banger of an event. I know anyone that's reading it right now is having a blast with it. It is absolutely worth the variant runway. But one of the bigger parts about this, if you notice on the cover A, there are some familiar faces on there.
Those aren't DC characters. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so there might be a reason to pick this up, even if you weren't following DCKO. If you're a big Absolute fan, this is a pretty big connection piece to the repercussions or consequences of that universe existing within the regular DC universe. So there's just some serious fun here. They say it kind of in the description. It's 3 mysterious Omega charged fighters. Like, let's see what happens with them. Again, every variant, every cover is a 10 out of 10. Good luck trying to pick your favorite, but an absolute, I think, must buy for anyone in DC, into DC right now. I think that they should be picking that up.
Well, I think you're going to find a really interesting plot point here, right? Because at this point, we know the final 4 fighting. Doesn't this may leave us with in this side this issue of the final 2?
The final 2. Yeah, this is the penultimate issue. Thank you, Keith. That is very true. This is this, and then we end this bad boy next month. So
yeah.
All right. From there, we're going to slip into kind of the celebration of the season. We are in the season of love. We are also in the season of our birthday. I Want More Comics is turning 17 years old on Valentine's Day.
Not quite drinking age.
Not quite.
Definitely
been sneaking it. I am going to personally invite anybody watching this, or if you're listening to this later, to join our Discord page, where on Friday at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, we're all going to jump on and just chat in our general comic chat. We're going to talk the past and like the beginnings of the store, when Keith joined, when I joined, when Matthew joined, when Todd got in, when we expanded to video games, how crazy or how much work it took to move our entire store somewhere, the birth of the new logo, when did we decide to become End Games? Those kind of things are all going to be discussed. We'd love to have you there and bring your questions or even your history to the store. We aren't 17 years old without your patronage. It's simple as that, right? So it is the reason we're going to give up our time is simply to chat with you. So please join us and get in on the fun. I'd love to hear your first time at I Want More Comics and what made you like the store, and your favorite memory even. And if you don't want to jump on and talk, you can absolutely just post that in the Discord so we can all read and follow along. With that out of the way, let's talk about romance and love. We will begin with, since we're on DC, we will go to the first one that's kind of, I'm not going to say it's Valentine's Day, but it kind of works with its name. But Vertigo is releasing Bleeding Hearts #1 from Denise Camp, the absolute ridiculous, one of my favorite writers from last year and into this year. Denise Camp is writing a new story about a world where zombies have taken over, and one zombie in particular begins to have his heart beat, and he's very confused on why that's working, and kind of almost flipping the lens on your post-apocalyptic world. But I'm very into new Vertigo, and I really want it to succeed. So I want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to purchase these, and you will start with Bleeding Hearts #1.
This I pulled up was the Chris Bacalo
Yes.
variant. It speaks dearly to my younger self and all this, who was the Gen X the fan. So he's
one of the other things I wanted you to show was the connecting variant. Do we have any more of those left, or are those off the site right now?
No, I saw that they're still available right now.
So what Vertigo is doing for the first series of new releases is they're going to put out a connecting cover of all of the characters kind of walking in a line. Somebody just asked me if they could be tied to that kind of stuff, and I was like, you know what you can do is you can go to the website and put in the name of the artist, and then just click on each one of those, and I believe it's Alvaro Martinez, and this is going to go across, I think, a month, maybe 2 months, but the first one's already out, so you've already missed that. You can go back into our back issue. I was gonna say you can visit our website and pick them up. We still have some available.
Yeah, no. So like this first one here, while it did come out last week, you didn't miss it yet because we're not sold out. We kind of went a little deeper on that. The second one here with Bleeding Hearts, and then coming up is End of Life and Peril of the Brutal Dark. Those say that they're not currently available because we're in between, like we haven't received our good copies.
The final order cutoff, and you have to wait until we get it received so we know how many copies we have.
But like you could click on that and see on that one and go, wait, when's that coming out? And they go, oh, expected release date February 18th. I know that's coming up. That's next week. Yep. So this one will be next week, and I believe the final one is the final week of this. Yeah, February 25th.
There you go.
So there are.
So it is this month. They're all connecting. I think it would be a cool piece to have. So if that's something you're interested in, that's exactly how you do that. Okay, don't miss out.
David gave his little first experience here at I Want More Comics. Coming in just to search for manga. I also like because the people working there. Thank you, Richie. Well, thank you, David. You do a great thing. If you are still a fan of manga, I know you are. You are not going to believe what we're doing right now. We finally have Viz up and going, and we are restocking everything across the board so deep. We are catching up on so much that we haven't seen here for so long. Seeing things like Dan to Dan's full run inside, Chainsaw Man, some of the easy stuff there, and then expanding from there. So
thank you for sharing that, David. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, but appreciate the kind words.
Next up, we're going to talk about actual, again, I guess this one's kind of close, but we're going to stay in DC. We're going to Black Label, which is Gotham Sirens is making a return. Teenie Howard has done a couple Gotham Sirens for Black Label. This is going to be a new mini called Love Hurts. We've got Harley, Ivy, Catwoman, and now Black Canary is joining the team. And it's all about just the ladies and their terrible love lives. This is taking place outside of continuity, so they get to do a little bit more with it. But it is all the characters and the relationships you know. I know that in this, Harley Quinn just recently broke up with Joker and is on a spree. So I think it's going to be a blast because it's Black Label. They kind of loosen up on the editing. It'll be a little bit more adult themed, nothing crazy, but it won't pull any punches. And I think it will be a great read.
Yep, plenty of variant too.
Oh,
Foil
gosh,
cover
yes.
from Sozomakia.
Another amazing connecting cover from Tula Lute. She has the whole picture out so you can watch it or you can look at it, but you don't want to miss that. If you want my opinion, you pick up the connecting covers as quickly as possible.
Yeah, could be really crazy with where that goes there. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move into some actual Valentine's Day stuff. We will start with Mad Cave Studios. Pop Kill is going to get their Valentine's Day with seasonal flavors, a one shot with Paul Miotti on the writing duty. I think it'll be a great fun. He's, known for a bunch, but Harley Quinn is one of them. In Oni Press, we have EC Tortured Hearts. This is going to be brutal and rough, if you can't tell from the A cover. So if you like your love stories with some absolute brutality, I think this is where you want to begin.
Despair. I love how they have that on there.
If you'd rather go a little more kid-friendly, you can jump over to Dynamite, where we have a couple of new Valentine's Day specials. The first one is DuckTales, getting their Valentine's Day special for 2026. Same crew that was doing DuckTales. Easy pickup if that's your jam. Also, I think really fun for kids, as well as the Thundercats Valentine's Day special.
I thought you were going to say the Vampirella one was fun for kids, but
no, nope. And this is, so Thundercats is getting their special. And of course, Vampirella is going to join in, but Vampirella being Vampirella, she's always very late. So she's going to go ahead and do a winter special instead of a Valentine's Day special.
It's still technically winter. We're okay.
Yeah, it's definitely winter. No,
we got a couple days left.
But she'll get a Valentine's Day one out too, probably next month or so. So just that's how Vampirella arrives when she needs to. That's it. Yeah. There were a couple number ones that I kind of missed that I want to make sure we talk about. One was over at Image Comics. It's technically a number one, but it's actually an annual for what I think is an underrated kind of banger, which is Witchblade 2024. It's getting its annual for 2026. And genuinely, guys, if you haven't checked it out, it's really, really good. I understand that Witchblade kind of disappeared for a while, but when Silvestri took it back, I feel like they took it very seriously and wanted to put out something that people would be glued to the page on. And there's high drama, high action, excellent artwork. It's everything you want, and it really does kind of grab at me as a general reader of comic books. So if you haven't given it a shot, maybe the annual is the right way to go. It'll give you a smattering of a tale. It's got a few different stories in it. I think there's 3 12-page stories and it will give you a good feel for what this comic's actually doing out there on the ongoing scene. And that Steven Sajak variant is redunk, but everything he touches is amazing. So
before you get too far away,
let's go.
Highlight this for a moment. The Please. Transformers UK Compendium 1. Yes.
Oh, good call.
So many of us have seen the Transformers comics from Marvel from the 80s into the 90s. This here contains stories that were only told in the UK comics. So it is content that if you were not collecting all the international stuff, you may not even know about. But it was told in parallel with what was going on here. The stories are highly sought after from people who were turning around and into the Transformers then. Creative names are all great for this. This compendium is a thick bad boy, and we'll turn around and collect up all of this. This is Compendium 1. There is the possibility, I think, that they had some additional content they were going to go with future compendiums. Not 100% sure on that. I don't know anything about a release of number 2. But
Is this still that material where it's like super light too?
yeah, the way the compendiums
Yeah.
are built is
These
it's on
things are
Lightning.
crazy. You're gonna think that it's like gonna be able to stop your door, and it's not. It's so light. It's like newspaper print, and it really is messes with my brain. It's great.
It's also like a good retro experience.
Yeah,
Just like
it
the
very
feel
much
of
is.
that. Yeah.
We are over time, but I only have one thing to talk about. It's under Boom Entertainment. It was part of my highlight reel, so I did want to talk about it. It's Good Bones and Other Sordid Tales. This actually comes from, it's a spin-off of the Hello Darkness stuff. So there's a couple of collabs that are in Darkness. They put it all together in one book, and then they added 2 new stories to it. So if you were on Darkness, I did put you on it, but feel free to put it back if it's not your interest. The thing about it is because that 2 new tales, I thought if you're enjoying Darkness, you're going to enjoy the 2 extra tales they put in it.
It probably fits.
And all with the art by Dylan Snook. So enjoy. I think it'll be fun.
That is what we've got. Again, everyone else can be choosing their own things, hitting other highlights that we've had there. What we have is available on the website right now. Just turn around and navigate yourself there. I always right now am recommending use the in stock button, because don't torture yourself over the other stuff that anybody else beat you to or that we just didn't stock. You can see what's live and available there. Hold slots, please use the portal system and to place all of your requests so we can fulfill easily through there. But these are out on the rack and the rest of the store. It will still be here for you tomorrow. Please feel free to swing by and see us. Check in also tomorrow night when we turn around and hit the streams again with the stream sale at 5:30. And as Richie brought up, what was the time? And
3 p.m. on Friday.
3 p.m. on Friday for the Discord party hour of where we can turn around and commiserate and tell tales of what's there. And you can grill us and make fun of all of our decisions that led us to this spot in life.
That's right. All
So,
right,
again,
gang. Thanks for your time. We will see you next week.
Thank you.
Don't miss in 26. Check out the highlights for New Comic Book Day February 11th, 2026. Absolute Wonder Woman gets an annual. Black Label brings us new Sirens of Gotham with Love Hurts. And Vertigo Comics releases a new #1 called Bleeding Hearts. Mark Spector Moon Knight is back with a new #1. Witness the fall of Ultraman in a new mini. And Cyclops comes up in a new series all his own. Enjoy a new dark thriller premiere, based on H.P. Lovecraft called The Thing on the Doorstep. Witchblade gets an annual. Die Reloaded, Free Planet, and Transformers continue. A new tale from the world of Hellboy begins in Crown. A Tale of Hell. From Hello Darkness, comes a special called Good Bones and Other Sordid Tales. Star Trek Lower Decks drops issue 16. Get what you want, and more, at iwantmorecomics.com.